Hello guys and welcome back to Nitro Gamer 23, and today in this video this is the first episode of our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Extreme Randomizer Nuzlocke. And by the comments and the poll of the last episode, everyone wanted me to pick Whiscash as my starter, so this is gonna be our starter for this Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Extreme Randomizer Nuzlocke. And one more thing that I want to tell you guys is, as I bumped up the shiny rate to 5%, we may encounter a lot of shinies. So that's something you guys should note of, because you guys may think that I'm getting really lucky when finding. I'll get really lucky when finding shinies, but that's not the case. I bumped up the shiny rate to 5%, so that's why we may encounter a lot of shinies. And the moveset is also okay, with only 2 attacking moves and 2 moves that help those attacking moves out, because Mud Sport helps out Mud Slap, and Water Sport helps out Water Gun. So that's okay. We can try to improve the moveset, but we can try to improve the moveset later. So let's get back to the dialogue. I went into the tall grass to survey wild Pokemon when I was suddenly jumped. You saved my hide. Thanks a lot. Oh, but you're Norman's boy, Nitro Gamer. I didn't even realize who you were at first. You've grown into quite the young man. This isn't the place for a chat, though. Come along to my lab. Okay, now as we got our starter, we need to head over to Professor Birch's lab and after that I think we need to go and meet May. If I remember correctly from my Pokemon Ruby Let's Play, then the next thing that we have to do is go and meet May. So Nitro Gamer, I've heard so much about you from your father, but he said that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. If that's true, that was quite the performance back there. Looks like you really are your father's son. Oh yes, to say thanks for rescuing me out there, how about I give you the Pokemon you used earlier? Thank you very much. Here it's Mudkip, but the real one that we're getting is Whiscash, because the text didn't change. The randomizer doesn't change the text. Well, you're at it, why not give that nickname to that Mudkip? As per the randomizer rules, we need to give every Pokemon a nickname. So what I'm gonna give this Whiscash is, I'm gonna call it let's call it Misty, after the water type Kanto gym leader. Misty, you know, if you work with your Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make a pretty excellent trainer. My girl May happens to be on Route 103 right now, surveying Pokemon for me. It might not be a bad idea for you to head out that way yourself. What do you think? Okay, let's go and head out towards May. Great. I'm sure May will be happy to hear that too. She can help teach you what it means to be a trainer. Oh yes. And if you're ever lost along the way, use the area nav on your Pokénav Plus. You can use it to see how you can get to Route 103, where May ought to be. And if you or your new Pokemon get tired, get some rest back at your house. If I remember properly, we get the area nav in the original Gen 3 games at Devon Corporation, but now we are getting them essentially at the start of the game, really. It's really at the start of the game. So let's head over to Route 103. But a few of you guys may think that the first encounter that I get here was gonna be the Pokemon that I can catch, but then as per the Nuzlocke rules, the Nuzlocke starts after I get Pokeballs. As we still didn't get any Pokeballs, the Nuzlocke didn't even start. A Wurmple, first encounter, I think, this is one of the encounters that didn't get randomized, because 1 or 2 encounters stay there and are not randomized, but the other encounters in the same route will be randomized. So let's use a Water Gun and a Mud Slap. This ought to take it out. No. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Mud slap doesn't do much on it. So it would have been better if we used the second water gun, but and another thing, if our starter faints here, that doesn't count because the rules start only after we get Pokeballs. And getting Pokeballs and catching the first Pokemon are not the same thing. So without trying to encounter another Pokemon, we should have gone there, but yeah, this is the first randomized encounter, a Gothorita. So let's use a water gun on it because if we used Mud Slap, it would have done a good amount of damage and would also have lowered its accuracy. And looks like it didn't confuse us. Yeah, it didn't confuse us. Wait a minute. So the Gothorita used Pound, and let's see, another water gun should take it out. Recently I've been playing a lot of Sword, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. No, only Ultra Sun, but because in the last 5 days I played nearly 28 hours of the game. A game for almost 28 hours. So it's a really fun game with a big story. Larger story than when compared to the previous Pokemon games. The new games, by the new games I mean the games which came out for the 3DS and later for the 3DS on the Switch, have larger stories, longer stories than the DS games or the GBA game or the Game Boy games. So that's a good thing. Just after playing for 27 hours, I have just defeated Necrozma and I need to go and defeat Ultra Necrozma. So it's a really because of all the Z moves and all, and another thing that I just found out today when playing Pokemon Ultra Sun was that in spite of Z moves, we can evolve Pokemon, which is not like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, in which we have Dynamaxing, but they removed Mega Evolution totally from the games. Yeah, a Mesprit. We needed to get a legendary right now, right? As our encounter, even though we don't have Pokeballs, the game just wants to make us feel sad, wants us to progress faster to get Pokeballs first. And hope that we don't get too damaged over here, because if we level up if we go at least until level 6, then I think that we'll have a good chance to take out May's Pokemon. And another thing, as I told you in episode 0 of this series, every trainer will have at least 2 Pokemon, so even May will have 2 Pokemon on her team, which is gonna be slightly difficult for us, where we have just a single Pokemon and she's gonna have 2 and we don't even know which Pokemon, but let's see what she's gonna have. Let's see, on Route 103 I found this Pokemon and this one too. Oh hey Nitro Gamer, what's that? Oh, my dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift, huh? Well then, why don't we go ahead and have a quick battle? I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is really like. Okay, our first trainer battle in the game. She is challenged by Pokemon trainer May. Yes, she has 2 Pokemon with her. A Numel? Let's see, a water gun should take out the Numel. I think water gun will one hit it, yeah. Because it's a fire and ground type, I believe. Yeah, fire and ground type, so water type moves are 4 times effective against it. And the next Pokemon is Armaldo. I believe it's a bug and rock. Yeah, it's a bug and rock type, so it's gonna be super effective and maybe one hit no, not a one hit. So Armaldo looks like a slightly tough Pokemon, but there's one thing, she doesn't have the same Pokemon throughout the game, throughout every single time we battle her. Every single time we battle her, she's gonna have a different team because she doesn't even have a single Pokemon, the starter. And with this battle we grew to level 8. Wow, that's great. Nitro Gamer, you're pretty good. Yeah, $200 $40 for our first battle. It was a good battle, thanks. Let me heal up both our parties really quick. Wow, I think I know why my dad has eye on you now. I mean, you just got that Pokemon and you've already got that strong of a bond. I bet you could probably befriend any kind of Pokemon you meet. Phew, I guess I'd better head back to the lab. Okay, now even we are gonna head back to Professor Birch's lab in Twinleaf Town, yeah. Yeah, we need to heal up our Pokemon first because we have only just 17 health or so, which might not last us through the whole Route 101. I think it's gonna be fun if we name our Pokemon based on previous gen gym leaders. By previous gen, I mean gym leaders from Gen 1 to Gen 5, or just any gym leader in general except Gen 3 gym leaders, because those are the guys who we are gonna fight. And I forgot about the ledges over here that we can jump over, so we don't have to. Yeah, this is Little Root Town. Twinleaf Town is in. Where's Twinleaf Town? Oh, I forgot which region it is. If any of you guys remember which region Twinleaf Town is, please comment down below in the comment section. Oh, Nitro Gamer over here. So Professor Birch, I think he's out to give us his Pokédex. So I hear you beat May on your first try. That's amazing. May's been helping with my research for a long time, so she has a pretty long history as a trainer already. With 2 level 5 Pokemon, that seems doubtful. I think it settles it. Nitro Gamer, I ordered this Pokédex for my research, but I think you should take it. Now we received our Pokédex. That Pokédex is a high-tech tool that automatically makes a record of any Pokemon you meet or catch. My girl May takes us with her everywhere she goes. Whenever she catches a rare Pokemon and records its data in the Pokédex, why, she comes to seek me out wherever I am in the field and show me the Pokemon and people you'll meet and the great expanse of nature that lies before you. Experience them both while you fill in your Pokédex. I love it if your world seemed wider than ever. Though I'd love it even more if you came back from time to time to show me what progress you've made. I'm getting the itch to get out and do fieldwork again. Oh wow, Nitro Gamer, now you got a Pokédex too. That's great, just like me. Then here, I'll give you something. Some Pokeballs that you can use to catch wild Pokemon. So we got our Pokeballs, and from this moment onwards the Nuzlocke challenge starts. If you catch a Pokemon in the wild and battle together with it for a while, it will go stronger for you. Take that as a bit of advice from a more experienced trainer like me. I'm going to get ready and head out from Little Root soon myself. I can't wait to see what kind of Pokemon I'm gonna meet. Let's both do our best on our journeys, Nitro Gamer. So, okay, all the best to you, May, and I'm heading out to get our first encounter, but someone stops us. Nitro Gamer, wait! So it's our mom who stopped us. Nitro Gamer, did you introduce yourself to Professor Birch? Oh, what an adorable Pokemon. You got it from the professor? How nice. You are your father's child, alright. You're your father's child, alright. You look together with a Pokemon. To think that you have your very own Pokemon now. Your father will be overjoyed. But don't push yourself too hard. If anything happens, you can always come home, honey. Thanks, Mom, for the advice, and thanks for allowing me to come home at any time I want. So it's time for us time for me to head out and get our first encounter. So I think it's May now. Nitro Gamer! Yeah, it's May. This is from my dad. He said he forgot to give it to you before. The DexNav function has been added to your Pokédex. The app I just added to your PokéNav Plus is called the DexNav. It can tell you lots about the Pokemon living in each area and that kind of stuff. It's a handy app to have if you're trying to catch lots of different Pokemon. Alright, guess it's about time I use the DexNav to do some more Pokemon catching. Nitro Gamer, you should use those Pokeballs I gave you earlier to do a bit of catching too. So guys, this is the moment of the first encounter that we can catch in our Randomizer Nuzlocke. This is the only Pokemon that I can catch on Route 101. So let's see what it's gonna be. It's a Gothorita. I think we can, but there's nothing about what I think. But let's use the weaker move Mud Slap and hope that it doesn't. Yeah, we can't do much damage from now. The special attack rose sharply and it used Play Nice. So our attacks fell, so if we don't catch it for a few more turns, then I think we can use another Mud Slap because our attack fell. So we're gonna be okay and take it down into the very low red zone. So 3 shakes and we got it on our first try. Gothorita was caught on our first try and we gained 500. We gained some EXP. But I think we can, we can't register the Pokemon. This Pokemon has not been identified in Hoenn because we don't have the national dex right now in the game. I think we'll unlock the national dex after we defeat the champion and after we become the champion. So until then, every single Pokemon that's not in the Hoenn dex will find this pop-up here. This Pokemon has not been identified in Hoenn, but that's okay because it's randomized. So I think we'll name this Gothorita. Let's see what we can name. Because it's a psychic type, let's call it Sabrina, the psychic type gym leader from Kanto. Sabrina. One of the hardest Pokemon, one of the hardest gyms in Kanto. The Sabrina's psychic type gym. So this is a second encounter. We cannot catch it even though it's a Wailmer. Even if we had it, it would just be a lot of water types on our team. So I think Water Gun's gonna do the trick because it's just a level 2 Wailmer. But it's not. I think Wailmers only have Splash on this server because it's. But as we randomized the movesets, we don't know anything about it. We don't know anything about its movesets and so. But as I told you guys, I'll have all the files, the encounter rates, the encounter tables, and all in the description down below for you guys, so that you can see which Pokemon I can encounter and all the trainer battles, the trainer Pokemon and so. Oh, a Slakoth. It would have been nice if we got a Slakoth. Slacking a strong normal type Pokemon would have been good on our team in this randomizer, but if we once started the Slakoth, it would not have been catchable. So May's over here. Let's see what's just. Nitro Gamer over here. See that right there? There's a tail sticking out. I can't see the tail. There's a Pokemon hiding there. And look here, if you check your dex nav, alright, it looks like the Pokemon knows a pretty rare move too. So can we check the dex nav? Nitro Gamer, try getting closer real nice and slow. Push lightly on the circle pad to sneak close to the Pokemon hiding in the grass. That's what it said in a book I read. Let's see if I can go. You're almost there. Slowly. Come on, press lightly. Okay. Let's just I think we can do it now. Oh, a shiny Wailmer, but as the shiny rates are 5%, it's easy to get a final shiny, but it would have been nice if we had a shiny Pokemon on our team. Let's use Mud Slap and try to lower its accuracy. And as this is level 2, this Splash is most likely the only move it's gonna have. Let's use another Mud Slap and try to take it down. Yeah, the Pokemon's down. The wild Wailmer fainted. We need to head over to the next we need to head over to Old Delta. First though, let's check what this is on the deck nav. So yeah, on the deck nav we can see here there's a Slackoth, there's a Gothorita, there's a Wailmer on the same route, in this route 101, and there are a few other Pokemon that I don't know are there because I didn't even check the encounter tables. I just randomized it twice without even checking, so that for the most random result possible. So I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that, and even I don't know about the trainer Pokemon. I'll have all the files down below, including the 3DS file for you guys to play. The 3DS file that I randomized for you guys to play. And almost 20 minutes since I started recording, and in this episode we caught a Gothorita that we named Sabrina, and we took our starter Misty or Whiscash. So it has been a pretty good episode so far, and I think this is where I'm gonna end this episode. I'm gonna train the Gothorita up to level 8 so that it matches our Whiscash, and then I'll be back for you guys in the second episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the second episode of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Extreme Randomizer Nuzlocke.